What's going on? What's going on? Back at you again. Yours truly, Brother Kedwin Yah. And the Yah is for Yahweh. I'm uh I'm doing another little screen share here this morning. It is July the 3rd on a Monday morning. It is what time is it? It is, I do believe, it's about 11 a.m. ish, somewhere around in there. But anyway, I'm doing a screen share today. This is some very valuable information. Once again, this info is from the Northwestern um, Polytechnical University over in China. What I come to find out is that all of the real history that they hide over here in the United States, um, and probably the UK too. I'm not sure. I believe so, but I know at the university over in India, there's a university over in India, and this one here that I'm using, they have the real information on all of the Black history and all the information, the real information that was stolen from the so-called Afro Americans through slavery. Um, I got many scriptures that tell you we were going to be taken from the motherland, scattered amongst all nations all over the world. It tells us that we're going to be forced to have to speak another language. Our language would be taken away. We would be put into captivity, taken by ships, yokes around our necks, sold as bondsmen and bondswomen, the transatlantic slave trade, Arabic slave trade, triangular slave trade. Yeah, but anyways, what I want to establish this morning is the importance on what the Bible says about people from Edom. And this is a very good piece of documentary on this here information. So I want everybody to sit back, put them spiritual glasses on, dig in, and really pay close attention to this information because it is very valuable. It tells you about who the real people are, the ones who claim to be so pure and so white, but yet they're really red. They're pink. And when they get angry, they turn red. But, anyways, let's get into this, all right? Come on now, y'all. Don't mess up. There we go.
You can call them pink for the little amount of red that appears in them when struck or when they are ashamed. They call it blush or blushing. It is from their blood rushing to the surface of their skin. They are the colored man. Blood is dam or dom in Hebrew, meaning blood guiltiness, bloodthirsty, blood, i.e., wine, and dom in Arabic. Adam or Adam means ground, dirt, red earth. It is the same as Edom in Hebrew, meaning red, consisting of the exact same letters only pronounced different. So Edom means red, whereas Adam means red or dark brown, reddish soil on the dirt. The colored man has the same root dame or doom, because without mixing their blood with ours, their race is doomed. They cannot live without mixing their seed with ours. Can you find a real black man? Yes, you can find pure-blooded black people in an Arabian tribe called Kedar, the second son of Ishmael in the Bible. Abraham's first son is Ishmael. Kedar means black skin, dark, Genesis 25:13. Kedar was the son of Ishmael, Abraham's first son by his Tamarian or Egyptian wife, the princess Hak-Ray, Hagar, found in Genesis 16:15-16. Hagar took her son Ishmael to live in a part of Egypt called Shur. There Ishmael took a wife for himself whose name was Fatima, who was also black-skinned, and she bore Ishmael 12 sons and one daughter. You find them listed in their own Bible, Genesis 25:12-18. Nebaioth, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadar, Tema, Jater, Nephish, Kedema, and Malahath, found in Genesis 28:9. These were the 12 black princes of the original Arab race, stemming from his son Kedar in particular, which means black. So, this means that the original Arabs were black-skinned with woolly hair, and the Arabian proof reinstates the Islamic religion of the black tribe called Kush. He himself in his own hadith tells of men which his followers claim as his own words, descended from the tribe of Qaidar. So, then Mustafa
Bit Bible, the app that makes you read one Bible verse every time you turn on your lock screen. Let's look at the honest reviews from users and see what was helpful.
Sorry about that.
So, then Mustafa Muhammad al-Amin, the prophet of Arabia, 570 to 632 AD, made it clear that he was of the tribe of Qaidar and thus would make him a black man and not an Indo-Arab as the current inhabitants of Saudi Arabia predominantly are. The Prophet Muhammad of the Islamic faith was indeed a black man, not mixed with Indians and Dravidians, which would produce the Indo-Arabs of today. He was a pure seed. His father's name was Abdullah and his mother's name was Amina. So, the Muslim world today really traces all of their roots back to the noble black family called Sharif or Asayid. All of this means, Arabia was once the land of blacks also. You can still find the real black Arabs there in a village called Al-Qurab who were of the original tribe of Qaidar. They descended from a tribe called Ben Kanana who were a tribe that descended from Kedar through his son Nebaioth. Genesis 25:13. In many palaces in Africa you can find tribes who have preserved their dark seed. You must know that black is not a color. It is a state of supreme balancement. Black exists, blackness was, and blackness is. Darkness is, darkness was, and darkness will always be. Thus we are breaking the color barrier. There is no white people because the pale man is just that, pale and translucent. He is not white, which would imply he is something pure and clean when he is just the opposite. Just remember, Europe and the bubonic plague, which was also called the Black Plague ironically, was based around the Europeans' filth. So because of their lies and propaganda, everything dark or black is used when associating with something bad. You have angel food cake, which is white cake, and devil's food cake, which is dark chocolate. The good guys wear white and the bad guys dress in black. It is all subliminal suggestion, to make you hate yourself and kind from the subconscious level. When in all actuality the original people on the planet were dark and are from where all other people originated. It is the same with colors. Black is the product of all the colors and white is the absence of all colors, clear or transparent. Colors were born, made, created, fashioned, mixed, diluted, and tampered out of darkness, the holy state of existence. When their Bible says in Genesis 1:3, and God said let there be light, that proves darkness existed before light, black before white, and therefore black people before so-called white people who are in fact the creation of the black mothers and fathers, who are the creators and makers of the white people. We created, grafted, and made the clear or translucent race, the fair race in our image and after our likeness, or as you read in their Bible. They did not like being good and agreeable as their original creators, the black race, who were their Elohim or gods or Yahweh and lords. They by nature are evil, and we created and cloned them from ourselves, our own seed, life or rib, but they did evil in their own Bible in Genesis 3:22. His real nature came out as weak and wicked as they say in their own Bible, Genesis 6:5, which is what white people became, who we created from us and began to disobey us. They even hate and kill us, Genesis 3:15. This hurt us deeply. We regretted grafting them into existence. It was an attempt by the great Egyptian scientists, 24 in all. Once we saw albinos can be born from two blacks, we sought to graft them out of us totally or remove the wicked seed from within us. We became hurt just as any parent would feel with a bad child, Genesis 6:6, and we marked him with the number 6 and gave him 6,000 years to rule, only 6 strands and 6 ether. So note also Genesis 6:6 or 6 ether being. In their book of Revelation 13:18, as you see again as number 6 is found, as 18, 3 times 6, verse 18. Now look at their book of law, Leviticus, the book of the Cohen priest of Levi, who are the serpent demon people called Leviathan, Isaiah 27:1. In their book of Leviticus 6:6, it gives his name the root from the word ram. You find El and an emphasis on the El sound as in Enlil, the father of the El or El gods of their Bible. The ram is a symbol of Baphomet, a symbol of Satan, and another name for their devil, advisory, rebellious, disagreeable. Notice the name evil or evil and L sound, devil or devil and L, spell or spell and L sound, hell or HL and L sound, and Azael or Azael the scapegoat, also an L sound. And all of these words are associated with some negative or 6 ether force. These wicked people were put right in front of your face, hoping that you do not recognize it. As the saying goes, if you want to hide it from a black person, then put it in a book. If you really read their Bible, you will see the truth about them being rebellious by nature. They can't be reformed, refuse to be saved or repent, but will try and make you a scapegoat for their evils, by teaching you to become in their images and live after their filthy likeness. Worship their image and likeness, Revelation 13:15. As you may have noticed, all the teachers and or leaders of the so-called white race, the ones who advocate hate, always have dark fur and dark eyes like Adolf Hitler, who himself praised blonde fur and blue eyes, but he himself has dark fur and dark eyes. All the pales and whites that stand out front for racism and hate and claim white supremacy almost always have dark fur. Most of the skinheads, dirty white boys of the so-called Aryan race or the Ku Klux Klan and others are never led by blonde fur and blue-eyed leaders. Just as in the black race, it is the opposite. Most of your black leaders were light-skinned with curly or wavy textured hair. If they had dark skin and nappy hair and worked their way up to leadership of a black organization, it was not long before they were replaced by a light-skinned leader. All our own entertainers from the olden days were light-skinned, such as Lena Horne, Cab Calloway, and Josephine Baker, who were able to pass as other than themselves, and it continues right on up to now. This very day today, they have you idolizing all light-skinned stars or entertainers. Look at the movie Coming to America, where a dark-skinned man and his dark-skinned servant leaves black Africa and leaves a beautiful black woman jumping up and down like a dog, willing to serve him, while he comes to dirty America in the ghetto and bypasses another beautiful dark-skinned sister and goes to the light-skinned one. This has been stamped into our minds through movies, commercials, and music videos. Not that we put it out there, they did it to divide us and they thought that they could tolerate light skin over dark skin, although most of them who marry prefer the darker skinned sister, which further proves they know who you are but must keep you blind to the truth, and from love of self and kind. We gave our lighter skinned siblings nicknames like Red Bone, or we call them Red or Yellow Bone, and they are also of the original black seed, and it is better that all light skinned blacks marry darker skinned blacks to remix their seed with the darker seed so that we may again purify our seed, to bring the God back into ourselves. The key word is pass. They call Negroes who are accepted by whites as white are passing for white. In school, if you do good on your test you pass and then pass on to a higher grade. They call you a bright student. That is a lighter shade that leads to your graduation or gradually becoming lighter, until you are illuminated or become an alumni. So they have passed on bad information as they pass on diseases, and finally when all the diseases or their indoctrination has removed all the black from you, when you are at the end of your blackness, you become dead or Negro. Negra equals black and Omega equals end, so you get the word Negro meaning the black dead, and they say you passed on. So don't try to pass the buck and become a scapegoat. Don't let opportunity pass you by. That is what they want you to do, to pass up this last opportunity to accept Wunu Wapu. The Holy Tablets Chapter 10, Tablet 12 to 325 to 327. The slave master taught the Nubian slaves that God put a curse of black skin and kinky hair upon you. Nuwapu teaches you this. It is purely false, because Nubians had black or brown skin and woolly hair from the original creation, before this planet Earth.
So, did y'all get that? That was some valuable information. Yes, it was. See, there was a lot of facts brought out in that documentary there. A lot of big facts. Did you peep the facts where they showed you where even the Arabs, even over there in the Middle East, even that's been whitewashed. Over there in Egypt, all of that's been whitewashed. All of our history that says who we are, shows who we are, has been whitewashed. So anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Y'all know how I do it once again. May all be blessed in this world of mess. And once again, this is Tea Time with Yahweh and His Christ, Yeshuwah, with Brother Kedwin Yah, the messenger. Y'all make sure y'all come back now again, you hear?